Queen of Cups, very nurturing, perhaps quite emotional or emotionally driven. I'm not seeing they think of you as someone who's like out of control, you know, in terms of being overly emotional or anything, but you're very much in your emotions. You could be very comfortable in your emotions, quite you know how to express your emotions well. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have the Six of Wands, very successful, Six of Swords, and the Four of Swords in reverse. So they see you right now as quite driven. I don't know if you're pursuing a particular goal. If you are, they're seeing this working out for you. I'm actually getting Aquarius energy as well, strangely. So maybe there's an Aquarius here. Or maybe they see you as being quite like a humanitarian, or you're doing something for the good of others, or maybe what's the word? My goodness, not nature, or nature, but why is the word not coming to me? It's very frustrating. Like the ecosystem or various ecosystems. All I can hear is the economy, and that is not what I mean. Oh, that's so annoying. Well, anyway, something to do with nature, animals, the environment. There it is, there's the word, something to do with the environment, possibly. They see you as rising to success. You've overcome something that may have been difficult, and you're not settling for anything that causes you imbalance or disturbance anymore. So especially if something stresses you out internally, emotionally, psychologically, you're saying no, I don't accept that. They see you as very intuitive, very psychic, very knowing. Luke, who I've mentioned before, so some of you would have heard of him, he cracks me up because he started he started jokingly saying, you know, if he's talking about, I don't know, someone or something, he'll say like, oh, they've got the sight. Not like talking about them in a mean way, but I'll tell you how it started. Round and boring story. I bought a Kinder egg because, you know, I'm a child at heart, and I wanted to see what the toy would be. You know, I wanted to make something, and it was a bird that I put together, and the way the wings were, he said it looked like, you know, the bird was holding its wings up, trying to psychically pick something up, and it had the sight. So that's coming to mind. Your person feels that you have the sight, and you know things without them having to tell you. And they also see you're very busy, you're very driven, you're not resting on your laurels, I'm hearing. So there's nothing that's complacent about you. If something's bothering you, you're not going to just accept it, you're going to try and make it better, you're going to try and push through. Also, you're doing something, you're pursuing something. Yeah, I thought we had Death here. We have Death on the back, Scorpio energy, but they see you as having recently gone through a transformation here, something that was very difficult, but you know, you've risen above, you found success, and it's very inspiring. I think we have 2 6s here, so someone's life path number possibly, or maybe 66 could be an age. If we add those together, we get 12. If we add those, we get, you know, 2 and 1, we get 3. So any of those numbers could be important to you. Okay, what else, please? How does pile 1's person see them? Oh, the Sun, exactly. So Leo energy here, but they see you as someone who is in the pursuit of peace, happiness, joy, and in doing so, in being on this journey, you're radiating joy out towards others. They could also literally see you as the light of their life. You know, I know that sounds cheesy and dramatic, but I think it's true. And there's something quite fertile as well going on here. So whether you are or not, whether you want to have children or more children or none at all, you know, whatever your feelings are, they see you as just being physically, you could be like, you know, spot on for them, just their type, and you know, however you look, it makes them want to create with you, whether we're talking about more humans, work on a project. They could also be saying that everything you apply yourself to, you know how to nurture it, you know how to grow it, because I see you're achieving something here, or you already have done. And if you already have done, you're not slowing down. We have the Lovers in reverse. Yeah, you've been deep recently, it looks to me, pile 1. You've pulled some things out of your shadow side, and you've moved through them, you've incorporated them, reconciled, whatever it was you needed to do here, you have done it. And you've also made a very powerful decision for yourself, and it's leading you towards success. Oh, 10 of Cups. I feel your person's in love with you, and I also feel that they almost feel that you could kind of control them if you wanted to. Not that you would in a negative way, but they just feel so... Let's say you're talking to them and you're looking them in the eye, like it's online or it's face to face. They almost feel like in that moment they would do whatever you wanted. Like they feel that you see straight through them and they love it, and they just feel completely open with you and in awe of you. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some point your person even seems distant. Maybe they put some boundaries up because they feel that if they take one step towards you, they'll get lost, you know, potentially sometimes. But this person, even if they're not around you in a way that you can see, I feel that they're around you somehow energetically, talking to other people about you, looking you up online. There's no way with this energy they won't be close by, trying to see what you're up to, wanting this warmth that you're radiating. Okay, Knight of Cups in reverse. So maybe they're saying that how they perceive you is that you're not here just for daydreams, you're not here just for fantasies, you're making things happen, and you also would expect that of them, of a partner here. You know, you don't want empty promises, you don't want illusion here. They could also be seeing you as being potentially a little bit guarded around romance. You might be healing from something here, Four of Swords in reverse, to do with specifically them, or maybe in general. But on the back we have Ace of Cups, so you are still open to love, but you're being smart about it, you know, and you know exactly what you're looking for. You're not going to be strung along or anything like that. Please clarify. Four of Swords, Knight of Cups in reverse. Oops. Yeah, look, Knight of Wands in reverse. You see, you're looking for something that's on your level, because you are in a very, you're in this powerful position right now, and you're making things happen. You're a success, and you know it, not in an arrogant way, but you understand you've taken the time, you're putting in the effort, and you're seeing the rewards. So you kind of need an equal here. You're not here to babysit someone, to be messed about, and your person is seeing that very clearly. I'm getting from this that either someone in your past maybe was behaving this way, or at times your person was giving you some of this wishy-washy, immature energy, and they understand that's not going to fly. You know, they can't come forward with that energy anymore. Okay. So your person is watching you, wanting to be around you. They're very impressed, inspired by you, and I feel they actually have a deep, deep love for you. And I'm not sure they've told you. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, a thorny question. Wild Rose. Okay. And let me pull an affirmator card. This deck here is the Victorian Flower Oracle, which was a gift from Paula. You know, this here is, from this angle anyway, what's she holding on to? I'm not sure. Oh, I think it might be a book or something like that, but it looks like Thor's hammer to me. So there's something here about, yes, you're graceful, you're beautiful, attractive, handsome, you know, elegant, but also not to be messed with. Okay, we have, divine timing. I haven't seen this card yet. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they are doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Can you imagine being in middle management in terms of like the divine? No way, that'd be insane. Okay, so yes, they do see you as strong, but you've come out, you know, you've got this balance here of strength and grace, which is really hard to achieve. You know, sometimes when we're becoming stronger, we can get really cold. If we're being trying to be graceful or trying to accommodate everyone, we can come off as a bit of a pushover. But you have a good balance here. You have this maybe they've had some kind of interaction with you that lets them know that you have this very strong serious side, or maybe there's just like an air that you give off of, I'm very polite, I'm very friendly, but don't waste my time please, you know, because there's another side. I also feel with a thorny question, this person is wanting to say something, to ask something, but they are a bit nervous because maybe they're saying, well, I'm not sure you're in a place right now to be interested in romance or love, or maybe they were this Knight of Wands in the past and they think that, you know, they really have to get this right, to not sort of piss you off here, if I'm honest. Also in the past, what came out first is that they see you as being very, you know, Queen of Cups, very emotionally mature and comfortable with your feelings. So you may have stepped up and you may have tried to have a conversation with them about something difficult, or ask them a question that was difficult, and they might feel like they ran from it, that they sort of messed up here a bit. It might have taken them a minute to see how, you know, that you're their son, to feel this Ten of Cups. There is an element here of this person saying, I'm fearful to approach, so I might wait for divine inspiration or a sign, I might wait for divine timing. Also, I'm getting the message that recently with this, you know, the Death card, going through this transformation, this rebirth, there's something you've released. It might even be struggle, resistance, and because of that, things are now moving very quickly for you. They're flowing for you. At least this is how your person is seeing you. So pile 1, deck 1, just know that your person has eyes on you, and they're really, really proud, I want to say, of what you're going through, how you've grown and what they're seeing, and in awe of you, and they have no intention of releasing you, this connection, of checking out of your life, you know, at all. I'm not seeing that here. In fact, I feel there's some kind of an approach they're hoping to make, but it's like you're on a roll and they don't want to get in the way of this, because you might either A, mow them down, you know, you're very focused here, or B, they might throw you off track, and they definitely don't want to interfere in that way either. Okay, so I hope this helped. Thank you so much for watching. If you resonate with any of the other piles, please go ahead and feel free to see if there are messages in there for you. If you would like to leave a question in the comments to be entered into next Friday's draw for the 1 question 1 card, please do. Otherwise, take care, have a lovely weekend, and hopefully see you soon. Pile 2. Okay, let's get into this. Let's see. How does your person see you at this time? Okay, Spirit, please show us, how does pile 2's person see them at this time? Please bring the highest and the best messages. Okay, we have the Page of Wands in the reverse just popping out there, so I think we'll take this. So they could be seeing you as a missed opportunity. They could be seeing you also as unwilling at this time, to give them another chance, or to go on a new journey here with them. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, look, Fool in reverse. Wow. Okay, Queen of Wands. This is you and your power for sure. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Oh goodness, King of Swords in reverse. Okay, pile 2. Wow. Okay, we have Aquarius, Aries energy here too, Sagittarius. It looks to me, pile 2, that your person is seeing you as confident, strong, empowered, confident. You're not here to be messed with. You may have had to either rebuild your confidence, or you've come to self-assurance, confidence, strength through not the easiest experiences here. I feel there's an energy here of your person saying, crap, I really missed out on an amazing person here, I missed an opportunity. But also, you're not going to take an opportunity with your person until they come towards you in their authentic power, until they speak a truth to you. It's like you're saying, no, I'm putting the brakes on. I don't care if this is divine, you know, if it's destined. I'm going to change my fate, you know, I'm not going to let this move forward. I'm not going to let you into my life unless you're showing up in the way that I deem to be appropriate. So if you're not in that energy, I think probably this isn't going to be your pile, because this feels very, very focused to me. It's very much like, well, I know my worth, and until you show up and you can be an equal, you know, a queen and a king, it's a no from me, you know. So it's very fixed, very focused. So if you're feeling, oh, that's not really how I feel, this might not be the pile for you. Yeah, look, see, 9 of Wands, something was a struggle in the past, and we have death. So you're saying, I'm not going around that in that cycle again, and I have transformed, I have learned something here, I have grown. We have Scorpio energy. Yeah, look, the Devil, Capricorn, and the Tower. I knew this was some seriously strong energy. So more Scorpio here. What's on the back? Age of Cups in reverse. So your person does want to return. Why? Because they realize you are the one for them. They might think of you as a soulmate. You know, the Age of Cups reversed. I'm looking for my Two of Cups here. You've overcome a lot. We have Death, the Devil, we have the Tower. So maybe there was like a change within you, something that happened within, and that's obviously huge enough. Then we get this Devil energy, so something else came up that maybe was heavy, low vibrational, toxic, codependent, something that you had to face, you had to deal with, and then, okay, you got through that. Then we get a Tower moment. It's like, are you kidding me? Please give me a break. So, you know, again, that strength that's really been earned here, in, you know, by going through some very heavy, difficult situations, experiences that seem to have come one after another, like bam, bam, bam. And you might have got to the point where you're like, wow, if anything else happens, I'm not going to get through it because I'm too exhausted. But thankfully, it looks like your Tower moments have stopped, at least for now. I think your person has annoyed you. At least this is how they perceive you, as feeling cross with them because they haven't been honest with you, or maybe, you know, King of Pentacles in reverse. If there are other people here, other responsibilities, you might be saying, well, who do you choose? Which situation do you choose? Are you going to stand up for yourself? Are you going to speak your truth? Because, okay, it's difficult for you, but the knock-on effect of that has been hell for me. I've been going through things as well. You know, being kept in limbo, or being made to be a secret, or being misled, or promised things that didn't happen. This Queen of Wands is almost giving me like Queen of Swords energy. But I think this, you know, you're coming up as the Queen of Wands, not the Queen of Swords, because you're not cold. You still have warmth. You still have joy. You're still manifesting, you're still very passionate, but you do have that firm boundary here. And I think if there is a feeling of being crossed in any sort of way, I think it's specifically directed at things that have happened in this connection. Not even specifically at your person, maybe, but maybe it's certain actions, certain behaviours that you have a problem with here. I think in general, however, in your life, you are very charismatic, very open, very warm. Okay, wow. Okay, let's see. What else? The Hermit, we have Virgo, that's in the reverse. Two of Wands. High Priestess in reverse. I think maybe there might have been some silence here between you and your person, no communication for a while, or if there has been, it hasn't been about anything that's really very significant here. And I think that's because you've been taking some time for yourself, you know, connecting with your higher self, deciding how your path forward looks. Yeah, Temperance, you've been doing healing, you've been balancing out. We have Sagittarius here, twice actually, one after the other. So yeah, you're putting yourself first. You want things that feel good, that feel exciting. You have been on this journey of transformation, of growth, and I think your person is seeing this and wondering where they stand with you. I think there's a real fear and hesitation about trying to come back towards you. So let's see. Yeah, look at this, Four of Coins. And these coins are so big, it's almost like they're protecting their sort of more vulnerable, vital organs here, because, you know, who knows, they might get stabbed. They won't. As long as they're, you know, treating you with respect, it's fine. Yeah, look, Two of Cups in the reverse. You see, it's like they're saying, crap, I realised too late. I wonder how you feel about me now. Will you accept me back in? Are you going to, you know, they're showing up as this reverse King of Swords. Are you going to take my sword and stab me with it? No, not if you're honest, not if you're authentic. Yeah, the World. Is it over? Can we have a new beginning here? If there's distance here, definitely wanting to travel towards you. I think they are doing this, making their way, but slowly, carefully. Knight of Pentacles. It's like one wrong step and they're done for here. So I think there's an intimidation here. They do feel intimidated by you. and your resilience. There's a real fixity. You're very fixed here, and they can feel it, they can sense it, and they also know, I think they know, they've messed you about in the past. So very nervous here. Let's have a look at this King of Swords. Nine of Cups in reverse. If they didn't choose you, if they chose something else, someone else, whether it was a karmic, they chose their parents over you, other people's opinions over their opinion of you, or something like that. I can't even, the words, what are the words? Embarrassment, shame, regret, fear, real fear that you're gonna let them hear what you think of this. Goodness, okay. Knight of Cups, you see, because they're all like, I'm in awe of you, I'm daydreaming about you, I feel romantic about you, and you're here as this queen, and whichever gender, you're like royalty here. I mean, a knight is as well, kind of, I guess, but definitely not on the level of a queen or a king. So it's like, oh, I don't know, should I come forward, shouldn't I? Okay, Three of Swords reversed, Chariot in reverse, Cancer energy, the Emperor, Aries reversed, the Lovers in reverse. This person, they're in pain, they're confused, they know what they want is to come towards you. There could be some stubbornness here, but yeah, with the Lovers reversed, I'm hearing I missed out on a good one, and not just a good one, the one. Look, Four of Wands, could even be a twin flame connection here, they're thinking. Maybe they don't know the terminology, maybe they do, but if you're wondering, does this person regret things that have happened? Do they think about me? Do they care? Yes, definitely. I don't think they've given up though, but they are actually coming towards you, but like at a snail's pace, because it's like they want to know, they want to see danger coming. They want to, how snails can go into their shell. It's like, I'm going to go really slowly, and if I feel like I'm going to get told off here, I'm going to go into hiding. Maybe that's another thing that you've struggled with in the past with that King of Swords in reverse. If you've tried to have an honest conversation, maybe your person has gone running, and that's, that's just not going to work. Okay, let's see what else. Hope, absolutely. We have Primrose and Snowdrop. Okay, so with all this, there's actual sort of snow in the card as well, so they might feel a bit iced out at the moment. They might be wondering, is there hope in the midst of all this? I've put myself out here in the cold through my actions. Is there hope that I can find my way back to you? Are you going to let me in? But they do have hope. As I said, they might be moving slowly, cautiously, but they haven't given up hope. Okay, so this is the Victorian Flower Oracle, and this is the Affirmators deck. Oh my goodness, ideal partnership. We have wine and we have cheese, okay? I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. Do you know, and that's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm feeling from this Queen of Wands. It's like, this about yourself, and your person knows that you know it. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. And that's exactly it. If you're looking for your person, yeah, they are looking for you actually. They're definitely looking towards you, but you know your worth. That's how they're seeing you, and you expect brilliance, greatness, because that's exactly what you're putting in. So you're not expecting more than you're giving. You just want something balanced. You want something, an ideal partnership for you and for your partner. Your person knows this now, but it's almost like, will I get the chance to show you that I can be this ideal match, that we can form this ideal partnership? They will try. It will, take some time with the Knight of Pentacles, but they do have hope. They haven't given up. Okay, so I will leave this here, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and hopefully see you soon. Bye. Hi pile 3, I completely forgot to say at the end of pile 2, so I'll say it for you now. If you want to leave a question to be entered into the draw for next Friday's one question, one card reading, please just go ahead and leave your question in the comments. Okay, so let's see. How does your person see you at this time? Okay. Spirit, please show us, how do pile 3's person see them at this time? Okay, Wheel of Fortune reversed. We have Sagittarius energy. Oh my goodness, the Tower. Scorpio, King of Cups. Strong Scorpio energy. Could also be Cancer, Pisces. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. Are you kidding? Look at all this major arcana. What's happened here? We have the Devil, so Capricorn, Ace of Wands reversed, the Hermit reversed, Virgo energy. We have the Nine of Wands reversed, and we have the Five of Coins on the back. This feels relevant. Temperance reversed, Sagittarius. But yeah, I can see why Temperance, a card of balance, of reciprocity, you know, and flow, would be reversed looking at these cards. Okay, so something has caused a feeling of lack, distance, separation, fear, either in this connection between you or your person's feeling. Their perception is that something like this has happened in your life. There could even be like a divorce here. Maybe this is someone you were with in a relationship and it suddenly ended. Really striking, quite difficult energy actually. Something perhaps even very unexpected. It's almost like things did not seem they were going this way. It almost feels that fate suddenly turned on its head. You know, this was not supposed to happen. That kind of an energy. Interestingly, in the midst of all of this, you're still coming up in their eyes as a King of Cups. So, I mean, look at all this emotion around him, all of this water. You know, it's very turbulent, but he's sitting firm, he's sitting strong in the middle of it. He has conviction, he's centered, he knows himself, and he's saying to himself, I can weather the storm, you know, because I have my sense of my center here, I have my sense of balance. And even though he's in all of this water, his feet are actually planted on the ground, you know, on earth here. So very grounded, very structured, very stable, very secure. So your person sees that this will pass. Whatever's going on around you, it hasn't completely thrown you off balance here. You're dealing with it in a very courageous, almost unloving way. There might be a sort of a peace to you, a wisdom to you, to know this isn't great, but it will pass. I've been through other things, they have passed. So something, you know, whatever this is, it could potentially throw some people completely here for a good while, but it's not doing that to you. And this is, I think this is quite surprising in your person's eyes. Okay, let's see what else. Page of Swords reversed. Yeah, whatever happened, you didn't see it coming, is how they feel. Knight of Pentacles reversed, Two of Swords. I even intuitively, I just wonder if there's the interference, someone else has interfered here in your connection with your person that you didn't see coming, or in something you were doing outside of this connection. But it's okay, because you've gone within. You have some wisdom within. Maybe you're very connected to your higher self. So it's almost like, yes, there's a lot going on around, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't faze me. I've gone within. I have the answers within. I have a source of inner divine knowledge that the people around me or the situation around me does not have access to, and that's how I feel so confident, so calm, so centered. You're not, you know, you're not running around saying to this person, that person, can you believe what happened, or what do you think I should do? You know, you have all of this insight already, and if you don't already carry it within you, you know how to get it. Maybe you're very you practice meditation a lot, or whatever your method is. I feel that there's a connection to something that you consider to be greater than you here, and that is your authority, not anybody else in the 3D, not even your ego mind, you know. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah, look at this, Eight of Pentacles. It's okay. There's a tower falling around me, but I'm here. I'm going to carry on with what I was doing, focus on my work, keep myself to myself, and focus on my future here. So you are not easily distracted, pile 3. Wow. And if you recently see, look, you're not paying attention to the nonsense around you or what other people might be in a panic here, you're not. If you went for something in the past, there was an opportunity and it didn't work out, or it wasn't what you thought it was, or it suddenly just, came to nothing or ended, hasn't phased you. You're working through it, you're rebuilding. If some people let you down, okay, it's painful, it was surprising, but you're also saying, well, that's a reflection of them, not me. I'm just going to carry on. I'll do it without them. And if this isn't happening now, it may be something that's happened in the past that you've shared with your person, or something they can intuitively sense within you. Yeah, look at this, the King of Cups, Four of Swords, see, Seven of Wands in reverse, no resistance. Yeah, okay, Ten of Wands in reverse, there's something heavy going on or has happened, but you're not resisting it. It's like you know that film, I think it was aimed at teaching children how to recognize, deal with and accept all emotions. I think it was called Joy, and of course Joy was a character, but Joy is an emotion as well, and there was like anger in there and everything, and it was all about how all emotions are valid. That's kind of what you understand. All emotions are valid, but it's almost like there's a wisdom here. You can step back and say, I'm having this emotion because of this. I am not this emotion though. It's something I'm currently experiencing. It will pass. This is a situation around me that happened because of this, this and this. It will pass. I'm not going to be stopped by this. I'm not going to be weighed down by this. And I don't even think you paused for a moment, because it's something you already know. Maybe you've been through similar heavy things in the past. You already know this wisdom, you've accumulated it, and it was here for you to draw on. So your person's like scratching their head saying, are you kidding? You haven't even paused for breath. How are you not, like, how are you okay? You didn't even take time to recover. And it's like, well, I already went through something similar to this in the past, so I know how to do it. Or, well, I don't need to stop because I understand, this isn't something, yes, it's a heavy situation, but I don't have to be weighed down by it. I can do what I can do. I can be productive in those areas, and the things that I can't do anything about right now, fine, I won't resist it. I'll just let it be because I know it will transform. Okay. This Temperance in reverse, I'm starting to feel it's less that you are feeling ungrounded and more that maybe your person would have expected you to feel that way, to come across that way. And Temperance can be a card of patience, and it's like, no patience needed. Yeah, look, I'm moving forward. I'm going to continue to go here. Oh my goodness, and we have the Ace of Pentacles on the floor with the Nine of Pentacles. You see, you're in your power, you're pursuing things here, you're very confident within yourself, and anything that hasn't worked, you're ready to let go of it. I almost feel the level of... Is my cat finished? The level of sort of self-mastery here is extreme. I wonder if it's something that's been building across lifetimes, in fact. Okay, so let's have a look here. So Four of Wands in reverse, please. Four of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. I don't know if someone betrayed you, whether it was this person, someone else. It could be at work, in the home, family, friends. It could be any kind of firm connection or foundation. It's like someone showed up in a really less than authentic way, but you haven't taken it personally because it's really about them. Yeah, Eight of Cups, Page of Cups, Justice. I almost feel whoever this is may come back in if they haven't already and try to make things up with you, and you're going to give them a very fair and balanced response. So however you respond to them, whether you choose to accept them back in or to say, I'm sorry, no, I've shut the door on you, it's not going to be, made in the state of heightened emotions. It's going to be very rational, very fair. Again, I'm seeing you're able to take your emotions out of the situation. Could be something to do with karma here as well. There's really something very, very spiritually advanced here. Like a real understanding of how karma works, of how balance, transmutation, flow. a mastery of yourself, your emotions, but just really being able to step back and see the bigger picture, not just in your life, but like you can step back and watch how things work in the world, cause and effect, that sort of thing. So I think your person is, I have to say, I think they're a little bit unsettled by this, because it's like, well, how do I place this? I don't understand your reaction. It's very intriguing, but it's not something I've encountered before. I think this may be something new they've learned about you, perhaps. Wow, really interesting. Seeing you going through something huge, but at the same time carrying it like you're carrying a feather, you know, like, yeah, it's nothing. It's not great, I wouldn't have chosen it, but it's here and I'll be fine. Okay. So let's get a message here. We have Daisy. Yeah, look, family matters. You see, something has gone on here with either like blood relations, you know, family, or friend you consider to be family, but some kind of established structure. I feel maybe there's been a betrayal or something has been revealed. But the way the way you're dealing with it is really very unique as far as your person is concerned. Okay, and we have, yeah, generosity. I give generously to those around me, no matter how much or little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and that is the key. And that the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. And yeah, see, even down to the word flow, that's exactly it. You understand the flow of things, balance, justice, karma, cause and effect, give and take. You don't live in fear. There isn't lack mentality, and your person would completely have expected you to be in a place of like disempowerment or fear or anger or resentment or, you know, some sort of lack. But no, because it's like, you know, even if I don't have much right now of whatever, money, joy, or, you know, whatever, there is still something. I'm going to hold on to that, and what I have I will share, and I know there will be more, and I know this is all a flow. Emotions flow, situations flow. So I won't hold on tightly to any one thing. I will sit back and I will allow these things to flow through me, around me. So you truly are in this place of temperance, of balance. But I think your person didn't expect that you would be at this time for whatever reason, whatever's going on here. There is such this is making me feel quite emotional, because it's like a person who, let's say there's someone who's very wealthy, but they're very tight, you know, and then there's a person who, say they have £5 on them, that's it, and they go and buy a coffee, and there's someone who is very cold, doesn't have any money, and they say, you know what, my coffee's £2.50, I'll buy you one as well, and we'll both have a coffee. And there's, you know, and then they're going to have no money left, but they're still generous with it because they know there will be more, you know, they're keeping the flow going. This is wow, this is huge energy, very powerful. We're talking about like magician level here, and your person is, I think they're a bit shocked, I have to say. Ooh, pile 3, who are you? Giving me goosebumps. Okay, so I will leave your reading here. I hope this has helped. Hopefully I'll see you soon. What I'm going to do now is clear everything away and move into the one question, one card readings. Okay, so thank you for your questions, everyone. Let's get into this. So today's winners are Misty Blue, Trish and Lorraine Webb. So let's start with Misty Blue. Your question is my person going to choose to end up with a third party? So should I move on? Okay, let's see. Spirit, please show us, what will Misty Blue's person choose to do? Will they choose to move on with a third party? We have the Devil reversed. We have the Emperor. 10 of Cups. 7 of Swords reversed. I think right now your person's back and forth. There's serious potential here with the Emperor for them to make very healthy decisions for themselves. But we do have then the Ten of Cups in reverse, so there's a lot of happiness here with you, but they're looking at it like, oh, I don't know, stuck between, I guess, potential karmic energy or just maybe a lower vibrational choice in general, whether it's related to another person or not, and stepping into, you know, bliss almost. Yeah, the World in reverse. So I wonder if there's a third party around already. If so, that could be ending soon. It's like your person's saying, I know it's not good for me, I'm not happy here, we're not really a good match, I probably should leave. Page of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if there's a child, or maybe they're kind of asking themselves, would I have to rebuild? You know, could I rebuild if I have to? Money, home, security. I think that's why the Emperor's saying, I don't know about all this happiness. You know, does it come with stability? Would I be making a foolish choice? King of Swords in reverse. Two of Wands. I think the answer is still undecided here. Your person, what I can see clearly is they do know what's the healthy choice and what's not the healthy choice. But there is some, it's almost like they don't believe they can have all this happiness with the Ten of Cups and still have some kind of security. They could also, King of Swords reverse, be worried that there's something they're missing. What's the catch? It's too good to be true. So I think your person has some things to work out within themselves, but Seven of Swords is reversed, Two of Wands. They do want to make healthier, more aligned choices, and that does to them involve an opportunity with you. They are thinking about this, what do I do, what do I do? And it's not they're thinking about, oh, should I choose you or someone else? I think it's more that they're saying to themselves, should I trust this? Do I deserve this? Would this really come up for me? You know, is there a catch? Is it too good to be true? That's what they're asking themselves. Is this too good to be true? Or is this really here for me? You know, in which case I should go for it. Okay, so still undecided, but looking more towards making healthier choices. And I don't think they consider any other third party situations to be healthy, because we did have the Devil showing up. Okay, so Trish, let's see. Did you take the necessary action to shift the energy for Grant and yourself to come into union? So let's see, Spirit, what message do you have for Trish? Did she take the necessary action here to shift the energy for union with Grant? Page of Cups reversed, Three of Wands. I see you've given a lot here, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. Six of Wands reversed. Eight of Swords in reverse. Seven of Swords reversed. The Moon, Temperance in reverse. Seven of Coins in reverse. So I think Spirit's saying, yes, you've given as much as you can, and now it's about the unknown. You know, how will things unfold here? What's going to be revealed? What's going to come to light? Let me have a look at this. What's coming with the Seven of Coins reversed? Ten of Wands reversed. Four of Swords, High Priestess in reverse. There's yeah, communication, definitely. Knight of Swords on the back. I think there's going to be a pause here. There's going to be a period of healing. Spirit's directing you towards focusing on yourself, and doing healing work, or just continuing to do things that feel nurturing and peaceful for you. In the meantime, because there will be a pause before things move forward. I don't know if you're actually in communication with Grant. If you are, it seems like there's a particular message here that needs to come through. So I think Spirit's saying, yes, you've given a lot. You've allowed for fresh energy to come in for a new beginning. There will be a pause. Then there's going to be some kind of communication. And it's not like union will happen instantly. From this particular communication, things will move forward from there, you know, and you will potentially have the opportunity to come into union. But I think there will be a pause first of all, and Spirit doesn't want you to get anxious during this wait time, but to actually keep investing in yourself here, particularly with rest, nurture, self-care. So I wonder if you've almost tired yourself out here, if you've really given, you know, a lot of yourself, or maybe you're very busy in general, you know. So keep pulling your energy back to you, keep refocusing on you, where you stand here, and that's going to be very empowering as well, rather than wondering, or you know, what's happening with him, and giving the energy out, you know, out, the connection, him, where are things going, what's he thinking, you know, take it back. Okay. Because look, let me just show you, in this particular depiction of the Three of Wands, this person here has, I mean, what is it? What would we call it? Like a vine coming out of their stomach, going into the Three Wands. And we know the Three of Wands is about kind of like a return on your investment, what you're manifesting, what you're waiting for to come in. So you've given, literally, you've given of yourself to this. So you absolutely have done probably enough and more. Okay. So, Lorraine Webb, let's see, will you marry your boyfriend Stevie? Let's see, Spirit, what can you say about this? So, Lorraine Webb, will she marry her boyfriend Stevie? Seven of Wands. Four of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Wands. Justice. Judgment, the Chariot, Queen of Cups reversed, Two of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. I have to say right now it almost looks like someone is running away from specifically marriage, perhaps. I think the universe is going to intervene and make something happen here that initially might seem a bit disappointing or even painful, but it's going to work out good in the end. You know, I mean, we have Justice here. With the Two of Swords, and normally in the Two of Swords the person's wearing a blindfold, so something will happen. It will actually be something fair and balanced that you'll be able to see in the long run, but in the moment it might be confusing. You might be saying, why has this happened, you know, where did this come from? Let me go to the Seven of Wands. Knight of Wands, Two of Coins. Yeah, Four of Wands in reverse. So I have to be honest, it looks like your boyfriend Stevie might be resistant to make this higher level of commitment because he wants to have this freedom that I guess he feels isn't compatible with perhaps marriage. At least that's how he's viewing it at this time. What might possibly happen is Spirit might intervene to take you away actually from this relationship, because that could either be temporarily to create some distance, to maybe, you know, give him a chance to change his perspective, or to take you away into a relationship where you're with someone who is on the same page as you regarding marriage, because that's what you want, so it's what you deserve. Do you see what I mean? And in the moment, of course, that's difficult, it's painful, but ultimately, if it's with someone new, when you meet this person, you'll be like, thank God, you know, I'm in an amazing place right now, and with this amazing person who wants marriage. So I have to say right now it's looking like a no, but there will be some sort of divine intervention that either shifts it around so it's a yes, or shifts you, you know, around to be with someone who wants the same thing as you. I feel there's a restless energy here with your boyfriend. You know, you might be saying, no, I've still got places to go, people to see, I've got, you know, traveling to do, or I don't want to be restricted. And he might make the decision that no, marriage isn't for him, at least at this time. So I'm sorry, that's obviously, I'm sure, not what you're wanting to hear, but ultimately you will be